What's going on, people? 3 point collectors in the building. Leeds United win today. I think that avoids all, we'll save that for a bit. But welcome back to the channel, people. KG is back. Match reaction time. Big game down the bottom end of the Premier League. Watford versus Leeds United, and Leeds United come away with a 3-0 win. First clean sheet since November. First one I can remember in a long time. Wow. Listen, people, smash the like on the video. Please do that for me. If you're watching the replay, smash the like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And let's get involved, man. Let's get this community growing even bigger. On the road to 5K, almost there. Help me get over that hump. Yeah, big up everyone. Yeah, Darren, finally a great result. Lyle, Vamos, Avilio, stop us if you can. Yep. Listen, Scott, we're going to talk about Greenwood today. Really good cameo, but we'll talk about him in a bit. John B, big up yourself, man. Yeah, Jesse Marsch too. We're gonna have some words for Jesse today. Richard, yeah, man. Listen, one step closer, Robs. One step closer. Do you think it's not over yet, or do you think we're still in danger? Let me know as we go on. Mark saying, looking better in the table now, KG. Everton have to win both games in hand to reach us. Burnley, all three of their games in hand. And yeah, and I want to talk about that as well. Lots of shouts for Greenwood in here. Yep, absolutely massive. Yep. Nabino, yep, I'll agree with you there. Nabino, not very convincing until we got the second goal. Completely agree there. But listen, that all doesn't matter right now. That performance there, not really the performance, but the result, just kind of confirmed to me what I said earlier in the week. And it's that we can look at ourselves now. We don't need to look at other teams, Burnley, Everton, because we're getting results for ourselves. That's, 3 wins and a draw in 4. I think that tells me that we can just look at ourselves, concentrate on our own results, and let everyone else get on with it down the bottom. Because I think we're taking care of our own business now. We've got a real tough run of games coming up, granted, but we've done what we needed to do against the teams around us, and got to give them full credit for that. Bob saying, hey KG, get in, huge win, tough to watch at times, yeah. But that's what it's about. And John's also echoing that we didn't play well, but we still managed to get the result, and that's all we can ask for, right? That's all we can ask for in the position we're in. And then we'll go through it now. When you see the lineup today, I mean, there was no, how can I put it? In midfield, it left us very light in midfield, no doubt about it. Forshaw was out today, so Robin Cock came in for him. But instead of seeing Calvin Phillips start, he's obviously not ready to start yet. We see Robin Cock next to Mateus Click. And for me, that doesn't give you a lot in the midfield. And it kind of told as the game was going on, especially in the second half. They were starting to get control in the midfield. And that's when Calvin had to come on. Calvin came on. And he did give us a little bit extra, but he didn't settle in for, I would say, about 10 minutes, because Watford was still going at us at the second half. But you could tell with the lineup we were going there to not lose. I would say that comfortable. I would say it's comfortable that we was going there to not lose, but hope to hit them on the counter when we was going forward. And we did that. The second and third goals, they were really good counter-attacking opportunities. But yeah, let's get into it. I noted with the 2 free kicks that Watford had that they were going in on Meslier, and it's obviously something that people have picked up around the league, in that Meslier is not the strongest right now in defending free kicks. I think that was pretty obvious. I thought, hey, if everyone knows, I think everyone will know. But do you think Bob was screaming at his TV when Mateus Click conceded that free kick? You think Bob was like, here he is again? That's what I thought of. As soon as I saw Mateus Click foul the Watford player near the edge of the box, I thought, oh my days, Bob's gonna have a field day. But listen, they didn't do nothing with the free kicks, and I felt that we was relying on Watford, especially when we went 1-0 up. We was relying on them not to finish. Instead of us going for the second goal, we were having to withhold a lot of pressure, withstand a lot of pressure, and we was relying on them to continue their form in front of goal in recent weeks, which has been awful. They've been terrible, which is why they are still where they are, and they can't take advantage of Burnley or Everton and climb above them. That's why. And that's why I say we are going to be okay, because we have difference makers, and one of those difference makers scored the first goal. We when you I said it before on here. The difference between us and a lot of teams down the bottom is a Rafinha difference, and when he's fit again, Calvin Phillips, and then that just it kind of takes us with that little bit of quality above those teams below us. And Rafinha, good work by Dan James, brilliant work by Dan James to win it back. A lot of hustle into getting that ball to Rafinha, and what a finish, man! Near post, off the post, and in. The knee slide kind of went a little bit awry. He was kind of selling that knee slide a bit. Just saying that his knee was hurting, just joking around. But that's the quality he gives us compared to a Watford who just don't have it. Ismail Assar, as good as his potential is, he's not going to fulfill that while he's at Watford. He needs to go to a better coach to refine his skills, and we'll talk about his chance a bit later. And then the Kucha had to come off, and Dennis came on. I was thinking then when Dennis came on, oh gosh, Dennis hasn't done nothing in ages. Please don't Leeds this up and then make him score 2 goals or something. But Dennis, kind of anonymous at times, I would say. And my halftime thoughts, because I've gone through that pretty quickly because it was scrappy. It was a real proper bottom of the table clash. There was no control in midfield, but that was to be expected with the personnel used at the start. And I said I would love to see Calvin come on and give us the quality we need in central midfield, and we need that second goal to be comfortable. Yeah, I mean, there's a few Cooper shouts in the chat. I mean, I'll let you guys talk about that. Scooby saying, "I love Coops, but I think he could add a straight red for his second game in a row." Yeah, there was a questionable one on Sarr. There definitely was. But then let's go to one that loves Coops. It's a big division in the fan base, man. The whole Cooper thing is quite mad. But yeah, Nathan Wright says Coops has been fantastic. Vic Vinegar, long-term Cooper fan. I always recognize your name, Vic. Cooper carried our defense today. Anyone who doubted him doesn't know ball. Well, I wouldn't go that far, Vic. I wouldn't go that far. You're making Cooper sound like he should be playing for Liverpool. This is where I get a bit. You need just be careful. Just be careful when you're talking about Cooper, because there's a few injuries in that Scottish team right now, and we'll see if he plays in June. Let's see. But now, listen, I think altogether, let's Cooper, Llorente. I thought Llorente had a really good game as well. Our weaknesses are definitely wing backs, though, and in the system that Jesse Marsch wants to play, it's going to be that way because our wing backs aren't real wing backs in that sense, and Ayling isn't a modern day fullback. So yeah, we're always going to get a bit of trouble down the side. Melier today clean sheet. I thought he made a really good save from Sarr. Actually, it was an offside anyway, but he wasn't to know that. He made a really good save in the first half. And again, showed his quality. I think he's coming out. I think he's coming out of that sticky spell. But yeah, look at all the Cooper love, man. It's yeah, man. Listen, I don't care what these players do now, as long as they just get the points on the pitch. I really don't care. Vic Vinegar KJ, I'm just very happy, mate. Oh yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it's overjoy. I get it. Now listen, I'm so happy with that today. 3-0. I didn't see a clean sheet coming. I'll be completely honest, because we haven't kept a clean sheet in a long time. But fair play to them. And Watford, I mean, you can see why Watford are where they are, just in terms of their finishing. It's just woeful finishing. Let's just quickly get on to the second half, and then we'll all talk about the game together. Rodrigo, the Remontada continues, people. Listen, listen, Rodrigo under Jesse Marsch. I want to talk about that at the end. Rodrigo linked it out to Harrison. Lovely ball across the 6-yard box, but again, no one was there to finish. And we've had this story all season long. We need to address that come the summer. We need to get some real strikers in the door. We can't keep having this. I mean, Harrison put out a few balls across the box, and Rafinha also, and no one was there. But that one in my mind stuck out in particular because it was perfect. He's just asking for someone just to slide it in from either attacking midfield or your striker, and we didn't have no one. 53 minutes, James Penshout, and this is the thing. It wasn't a penalty on Dan James. I'm not saying that. but I thought his movement could have been better. But again, it's not on Dan James. He's not a natural striker. A natural striker would have come across the defender and made the defender have to make a real clumsy decision. But he didn't do that. It was a beautiful pass from Rafinha to, again, Rafinha at his very best. Yeah, again today. By the way, that was Rafinha's 10th goal of the season. Got to say that's double figures in a team that has not been good. You can't sniff at that. It was beautiful. It's beautiful from him this season. I know he's had his doubters, but nah, he's quality, and he deserves whatever he gets coming in the summer. Maybe another year at Leeds, eh? The game was getting open. Yeah, I noted on 57 minutes after halftime, the game was getting very, very open, and that's when Jesse Marsch made the change. He took Click off. Click didn't throw a strap this time, and Calvin Phillips came on. And like I say, it took Calvin maybe 10 minutes to settle in, but it did give us that extra bit of quality in midfield. 60 minutes, Sarr. Man, this is where I thought the game was going to turn on its head when Sarr was through. He got put through and he was through the centre of our defence. I don't know where everyone was. Stuart Dallas was trying to run across to cut it out. Sarr puts it in the crowd. Awful. If you're a Watford fan, if any Watford fans are watching, I feel for you because I would be livid at that point. 1-0 down at home. You've got a beautiful, clean-cut chance like that, and he skies it. For us, we're delighted. Watford, that's when you kind of feel the writing's on the wall. You've got to. 66 minutes, Greenwood on for Dan James. Yeah, again, natural progression. Sam Greenwood is a striker. Dan James did a lot of good work. He did well for the first goal, but again, he's not a striker, so it's asking too much for him to play up front. It doesn't matter who it's against as well, whether it's Watford, Man City. It doesn't matter. He's not a forward. So I just wonder when that experiment's going to stop. I do wonder when it's going to stop. I find it very hard to believe that two coaches are still playing Dan James as a striker. But yeah, and I noted at that point, because it was still 1-0, can we rely on their poor finishing to help us see through the game? Phillips had a good chance saved by Foster, and that, someone mentioned earlier, Cooper's questionable tackle on Sarr, but luckily no one looked into it, so we move on. Second goal, good work by Greenwood, put that ball through. It was kind of cut out by the Watford defender, but Rodrigo persevered, took advantage of sloppy defending by Watford, absolutely woeful defending by Watford, and put it past Foster, who was holding on to Rodrigo as well. So fair play to Rodrigo, first of all, for continuing the move, and also to staying on his feet and just sliding it in. And that was it, game done, 2-0. I said that was it then. They were never going to score 2 goals. I know you never say never, but nah, you never say never. But I would say never. They were never getting 2 goals. Just wasn't happening. They couldn't even get 1. So that was it for me. 2-0. Beautiful from Rodrigo. The Remontada continues. Love it. Llorente had a volley just wide on 82 minutes from a corner. That would have been nice. Rafinha came off for Somerville. And then the third goal, which just put it to bed. Greenwood through to Harrison. Harrison, beautiful shot across Foster. 3-0, game done. That's 3 wins and a draw in 4 games. Can't ask for more. And listen, here we go. Steely man, Marsch got it spot on with the subs today. Even the commentator stating that Bielsa out of Marsch in has made the necessary difference. How could you ever disagree after the past 4 matches? Huge win. This is what I'm saying. And listen, I don't want to turn this stream into a Bielsa out and Marsch in. I want to give the credit to Marsch in terms of that. And Steelyman's right. We did need the change when it happened. I will never go back to my videos. I said it. We needed something to change. After that Tottenham game, I thought we was only going to go in one direction, I've got to say. Yeah, Andrew, it is, isn't it? You never say never, but I say never. Classic KG. Absolutely, that is me all over. But Marsch has got it right. And even when you see the starting lineup today and you think, oh, Cock and Click in the central midfield, where are we going to get a creative outlook from this? Who's going to release the ball to the forwards? He got it right, and he made the subs at the right time. Obviously, Phillips isn't fit enough to start, but we got a good 30 minutes out of Calvin. Listen, Jesse gets the full credit. He has to, because he's molded this now into what he can. He's working with a bunch of wingers that ideally he doesn't want to work with, which is why I think we'll see some changes in the summer. But he's got it right. Rodrigo, oh my days, unbelievable. You know, May's face is saying Rodrigo's a hero, man, an absolute hero. He's been exceptional. Forget the Villa game. Forget the Villa game. Rodrigo has been sensational, and I would say he's probably been our best player since Jesse's come in. The improvement has been amazing under Jesse Marsch by Rodrigo. He clearly believes in this manager, and the manager clearly believes in him, which I don't think he had previously. Yeah, I mean, listen, we got to talk about Greenwood. 88 Leeds, Greenwood, though, absolutely. When you see Sam Greenwood, I still think I don't know if he's going to be in the first team next season. I'm not sure, but when you see his performance today and his previous one, because he set up a goal in a previous game, but he was really good today. Used the spaces well. His passing was really good. You know, I don't know if he'll get 2 assist people. I think it will just be one because of the amount of deflections it took off the first one before Rodrigo scored. But he was involved. He was a key component in that goal. Beautiful cameo from Sam Greenwood. Excellent. You can't dispute that. Can't dispute that. And John Hughes is saying Greenwood creates both goals. Starts in front of Click for me. It all depends, John, because as much as Click doesn't do much going forward, I think he's used more in a defensive role. I don't know if Sam Greenwood has got the disciplines for that just yet, but he's doing well. He's doing well with the minutes he's been given. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of role he has going forward. And he's making it interesting with him. You know, Gelhardt again wasn't fully fit this week. Has he jumped ahead of him temporarily? Who knows? But I was very impressed with Greenwood. And yeah, John, that pass from Greenwood for the final goal was fantastic. It was wonderful. It's what you needed: coolness, composure, accuracy at that moment, and that just put the game to bed. 3-0. It was done. Paul saying, I'm still nervous, KG. We need another few points. We do, because the teams below us have picked up a few. But I tell you, who's going to be a bit deflated today? I would say Burnley will be deflated. I think Burnley, when they beat Everton, probably thought this will knock their confidence in 2. It will knock them for 6. And now you see Everton today beating Man United. Now Burnley have to go to Norwich tomorrow and win. But regardless of that, we listen. We need as many points as possible. Let's not get it twisted. But we currently, as we sit here today together, we are 9 points clear of the relegation zone. That's all you can ask for. Compared to where we were a month ago, I'm much happier where we are, and I'm happy because we're relying on ourselves to pick up the points. That's got to be the happiest thing for me. In that, I'm not looking at Everton and Burnley. Yes, we got to keep an eye on them, but I'm more concerned with what we're doing because we're looking after our own games. I'm going to get into your comments now. Oh yeah, I got a couple of super chats. Thank you as always for the support, people. Always appreciated, as you know. Lee, can't fault Jesse. I know we've played lower table teams, but they're there too for a reason. Yeah, doing our own business now, march on to safety. Absolutely, Lee. Exactly. That's all we can do. We can only, with the personnel we've got and how we've played all season long, we can only pick up points now. It doesn't matter if the performance isn't great. That's secondary. Points are the most important thing, and we've got it. Absolutely, Lee. Thank you, and thank you always. You're always supporting the channel, man. Scott with a super chat. No message, Scott, but thank you for the support. Matt, proud of the lads. KG Harrison should be a wing back. Play Dallas in midfield. Yeah, you know what, Matt? I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to you on that one. Matt again with a super chat, man. Too. Thank you so much, Matt. Question: would you take Foster as a backup to teach Meslier? You know what? I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to Ben Foster because we don't. What it is we don't need an actual number one challenger Meslier. We just need an experienced head. And I'll tell you what, I probably would take Ben Foster because I would have taken Darren Randolph when he was linked as well. You just need that experienced head next to Meslier just to give him guidance, calm him down in certain situations, give him pointers because he's not getting that right now. He's getting zero of that. So I would absolutely, if Ben Foster was available, yeah, I would happily take Ben Foster as a backup to Meslier. Yeah. But this is something. Harrison should be a wing back, Dallas in midfield. Not so much about the Dallas in midfield. Um, but Harrison, because when I said last week, it was funny when I mentioned that Harrison was linked with Spurs last week. A few of you thought I was joking. Like a few of you thought I was winding you up, but I'm not winding you up. Jack Harrison has been linked with Tottenham Hotspur, and it's a genuine link. But I can see that as a wing back, Jack Harrison. But what I would say is, even if he was converted as a wing back, I would still want an actual wing back coming in to replace probably Junior Firpo if we're going to have Harrison as wing back. I think wing back could work for Jack Harrison. I do. I think he's got the. I think Jesse Marsch has hardened him up as well in terms of pause. I think he's made him a bit tougher to get past. I think he's made him a bit tougher as well in his one-on-one duels, which we're seeing. We're seeing a big improvement for Harrison in that area. So yeah, I would make Harrison a wing back, but I would get a first choice in first. So yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Just gonna go through some more of your comments. Yeah, Stephen, great win. Everton's running is horrific, so that's why I believe we are now safe. Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at their fixtures. They're not going to win all of those fixtures. They're just not. Burnley are not going to win all of theirs. If they were going to do that, they would be higher up the table as we speak right now because they would have done it earlier. It just doesn't happen like that. But the X factors that we've got are Rafinha, who was brilliant today, Calvin Phillips when he's fully fit, and this version of Rodrigo. We have got players that those teams at the bottom would wish they had, and that's gonna make the difference for us until the end of the season. Thoughts on Ailing today? Someone's asked thoughts on Ailing. Yeah, like I say, the wing backs for us are suspect. Yeah, John Hughes. The wing back position for us is suspect. I think we no, I don't think we definitely need a new right back next season, but we've got to go with what we've got right now. And Ailing did okay. I was happy to see Mateus Click tell was it João Pedro to get the F up when he pretended to go down. Need to see. I just love seeing that again from the team. I say it a lot on here, but the goody two shoes thing under Bielsa was cute for a bit, but it doesn't get you anywhere in the Prem. It just doesn't. So I'm glad to see the players now and our manager as well causing all kinds of havoc with the refs. Even when they appealed for Dan James's penalty, which wasn't a penalty for me, they still appealed for it, which was great to see because we unlike against Newcastle earlier in the season where that was a penalty, no one appealed for it because they probably weren't supposed to. But it's good to see all that back in. I can't lie, I love seeing that kind of stuff. Um, let's have a look. Swap Harrison for Son. We'll see if we can get that done. We'll see if we can get that done. Tim given Firpo, I mentioned here, Firpo will come good next year once he establishes his fitness. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Does he want to stay? Does he think he's got the attributes for the Premier League? We're gonna have to see. The summer is going to be so fascinating, people. I try not to wish my life away, but I cannot wait for the summer just to see what's going to happen with terms of personnel incoming and outgoing. I think it's going to be really, really interesting. I thought it was going to be interesting last season. Last summer, it wasn't, but I think with what's happened this season, they're going to have to, especially with a new coach here. Yeah, John Hughes saying 100% need an Ailing and Firpo upgrade. Yep. Sajile, Leeds pump it up, we are staying up. Leeds pump it up, we are staying up. Told Ken is saying pretty awesome how Jesse Man manages players. It's a big component. Just give me a second. Hold on, Mango Loco. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, I think that was part of it. As much as people don't want to talk about it, the messages and the body language of the players towards the end of Bielsa's reign wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. We've heard a few comments from players since in the international break talking about the methods of Bielsa and how they're loving the games now. That it's not so open, etc., etc. You could tell that a change was just needed. It was just poor timing. It was poor timing. It should have been done before the January window, not 12 days after or whenever it was, how many other days after. But the message has gone through, and people were worrying about if he had enough games to get out of the situation he was in. And Jesse's done it. You've got to give the man credit. You have to give the man credit for what he's done with the team. You have to. Because if he hadn't, then people would be saying that we should still have Bielsa now and everything else like that. But he's done it. Let me just get through some more comments. Let's talk about the game. Talk about the game. Yeah, we have 2 weeks off. Yeah, we got a couple of weeks rest now because Chelsea are in the cup, so that game isn't going ahead next week. But yeah. Well, some of you aren't convinced I'm Furpo either. Listen, me either. I tried to give him a chance. I did think let's give him some room. Will he come good in the second year? Will we find out? I don't know, but I'm just sick of having players where we're having to wait and see, or give them time, or let's see how long we can give them. We've got way too many of them here. I want to get some established players in that can just do the job straight away and perform at a high standard, instead of always just wondering, oh, he'll come good eventually. We need to be better. We're in the position we're in for a reason, people, and we've got far too many of those players. Yeah, I love Mango Loco. Mango Loco fans in the house. Shout out to Monster Energy, man. Yeah, people, Cloud Dizzle, smash a like for KG. Yeah, people, listen, there's over 500 of you here enjoying the post-match win, which is always good. Thank you for reveling in the victory and not in my misery. Please smash a like on the video for me. You can do that. It's free of charge. Please do that for me, please. And subscribe if you're not already. Jack saying 10 points from 12 is mad for us. It is. We haven't done it all season long. This is, I think the commentator said it's our best run of the year. Doesn't surprise me, but 10 points from 12, we can't ask for much more than that, can we? Let's be honest. In the position we're in, this is gold money, because once again, I said it on a show this week on the Prem panel. When you're down the bottom, it's a mental challenge as well. It's mentally looking at the teams above you and going, can we catch those teams? We're 9 points clear now. Those teams below us looking at us like, geez, every time we get a point or a win, Leeds just keep winning anyway. So we're just making it harder for them, and the games are running out. That's the key thing as well. Games are running out. Everton now are going to have a double game week at some point. Burnley are going to, I think Brownie said it on the debrief this week, Burnley are going to play something like 4 times before we play. So by the time we play our next league game, we'll actually have a game in hand on Burnley by the time our game comes around, which is crazy when you consider Burnley have had, like, it seemed like 6 games in hand forever. So we're in a really good spot, man. We're in a really good spot. And I've got to say, just going back to after Spurs, I didn't know if we was ever going to get to this spot. Being completely honest with you, I didn't know if these players had it in them. I thought at the time, if we stick to what we were doing, it was just going to keep killing us week after week. And that's why I say again, full credit to Jesse Marsch and his team. Have to give him credit. Jody Sellers, where's the Supermart? I got no Supermart in the fridge today. Got none. It's unfortunate, man. I wish I did have one. Today deserves a Supermart as well, Jody. Really does. You Vorley, love your post-match video. I have a home season ticket, and the first thing I do when I get to the car is put your video on and listen via Bluetooth while I'm driving. Really good content, man. Thanks a lot. Man, that means a lot. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, man. Listen, I love doing the post-game reactions, man. Like, I know I didn't do a preview this week, but one thing with me is if I'm not inspired to do something, I'm not just going to phone it in and do it for you, because you'll always tell on my face if I'm interested in what I'm talking about. And if I'm not interested in talking about it, it's going to translate to you guys, which is something I don't want to do. I don't want to do content where I'm just phoning it in. But yeah, I can do these all day long. But no, listen, you Vorley, thank you so much for that comment, man. It means a lot. Jason Leelas, this is why we love football and sometimes hate it. Yeah, listen, I'll be watching Match of the Day tonight. I'll be tuning in because it was all good today. I know Watford had a really good spell in the second half, but their lack of their ability to finish is just poor. Gonna get through some more of your comments here. Sir Giles saying even Somerville looks really happy under Jesse. Yeah, he does. You know, he was kind of like an outcast under Bielsa. He was, and he's been brought back into the fold. He's getting more games. He looks even happy playing in the under 23s where he's absolutely ripping it up. So yeah, I don't. But the thing is, what I don't want to do is just act like everyone is happy Bielsa's gone because they're not. You can tell that a few of them really miss him, but you could just tell at the time we needed a change. We had to do what we had to do. It's the one thing the board have probably done right this whole season, which is unfortunate because I really did believe in this board a lot before. But yeah, they've got a lot of work to do to rebuild the trust. For me, anyway, I can't really speak for everyone else, but yeah, they've got a lot to do to build the trust back up. Tom, do you think we need to bring in a proven striker in the summer? Absolutely, Tom. And the thing is, as well, speaking of Jesse Marsch, he said that himself in his pre-match press conference for the game before this one. So for the Southampton game, he said that he's already told Victor that he wants one, maybe two strikers, which is really good. This is what I want to hear because we can't rely on Patrick Bamford. We just can't. And we was always going to have to move on from Patrick Bamford eventually. It's just unfortunate it's going to probably be a season sooner than everyone would have liked. But yeah, I don't really like the noises coming out from Patrick Bamford with this injury, etc. I think he was said that he's injured, but if it gets tight and there's a couple of important games, he'll come back. I'm not sure about all this. I'm really not. I want some reliable footballers, and I've always said availability is a key attribute for me. And if you're not available, then what's the point in having you? So yeah, I think we will need some actual strikers next season. Yeah. Chronicles with a super chat. Thank you, Chronicles. 3 more and we should be there. Is that 3 more wins or 3 more points? Regardless, yeah. I think it's just too much for the bottom teams to overtake us and us going to the bottom 3. I just can't see it happening. I can't ignore PSF. PSF, long-term contributor to the channel, and as always stuck by this. The owners restored my belief when they sacked Bielsa. Fair enough, PSF. Chronicles saying points. Yep, I agree with you, Chronicles. Yep, 3 more points. Yeah, I think we're okay now. Ideally, I would like to get to 35 points. Let me just check the table. See the results. Well, Southampton got their butts whooped today. Lord have mercy. Let's get the scores on. Oh no, Nathan Nketiah. Nah, Nathan, he's not Premier League quality, man. I promise you, he's not. Nathan, trust me on this one. Nketiah is not what you want. He's just not. I love the guy himself, but nah, Nketiah not for me. So Giles saying not all KG. Marcelo Bielsa revived the mighty whites, which he did, and he will always be a legend at Ellen Road, and he will be. We do not need to move on. We do need to move on, though. We didn't like the way he was sacked. Looking back, the time was right. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. So looking at the table now, 16th, man, we just can't get out of this 16th position, can we? Yeah, it's at minus 30. The minus 30 kills us, people. Absolutely kills us. Our goal difference is a mazza. But we're now not the second worst anymore. Now we've actually made Watford the second worst in the league with minus 31. Okay. But yeah, we're on 33 points. I would say 2 more points and we're safe. I still think 35 will be more than enough to stay up this season. Because listen, we go on 35 points. Currently, Burnley and Watford have 24 and 22 points respectively. Are they really going to get to 35 points from where they are now, considering they've won 10 games between them all season long? I just don't see it. So I'm going to say, I said it before, we are safe. I am ready to be clipped up. We are safe. Demi Lee, shout out to you. She said that's our goal difference. Yeah, our goal difference is ugly, man. Absolutely ugly. Shirley saying February killed our goal difference. It was Mazza. Like we was just conceding 4, 5, 6. People just having putt shots wherever. It was all mad. But listen, we're in April now, so we got to move up. Ah, Brian. Timo Werner. He knows the Red Bull system. Just a thought. I think Timo Werner. And Brian, in all honesty, I think Timo Werner's heading back to the Bundesliga. I'm a Germany fan, and even for the national team, he's no good. So I think he'll probably be heading back to Germany. Chelsea don't want him, so I just don't see. I want a finisher, and he's not a good finisher in the Premier League. But yeah, so yeah, that's it for me. That's it. We're as good as done. Oh, Vic Vinegar, Werner is just a German Dan James. Oh man. Werner, his wages would wreck the club. Yeah, listen, he's on some big monies. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he's on over 200,000 a week. So that would mean that he's playing every single minute, every single game for us, no matter what we need to get our money's worth. So that no, I don't think Timo Werner's even realistic either. But yeah, listen, people, has anyone else got any more thoughts about the game today? Do you think we're safe? What's your feelings now? And how good is it to go into this upcoming break that we've got due to the FA Cup with 3 points under our belts? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Derek saying, "KG, my man, it's a good day. Massive 3 points. Absolutely, Derek. Northern Soul, yeah, Northern Soul. But yeah, I got you. Who would you bring in as centre forward? Well, listen, if they want to save money and Chelsea looking to loan someone out, if we could get Broyer on loan, I would take him. I would think him on a second year in the Prem. I think that would be pretty decent for us. I want to go. I'm going to have a look into this though, people, because I'm going to do a video of who I'd like to sign. I've already got a few names down, but striker, I need to look around because unfortunately, the striker department these days is very, very weak. It's like it's tough to find strikers that can hit over 15 goals these days because everyone else seems to chip in. It's crazy, but I'm going to have a look at that. But Brozier is definitely one that comes to mind because it would be a loan. Chelsea aren't going to sell him to us, so yeah, I would definitely take him. Steely Man doesn't feel we're safe yet, though. He says, not quite safe yet. How I wish, but you couldn't have asked for more than what we've pulled off in the past 4. Absolutely, Steely Man. Let me just scroll back up. Sajal, thoughts on the game? We won, end of. That's how it is, Sajal. Just get the points and then move on. Athena saying, I think we're safe. This was a relief. It felt nice to be sitting on a 2-0 clean sheet, never mind a 3-0 one. Wow. Brilliant point, Athena. It was beautiful. Let's get that clean sheet, man. Can't believe it. November was that. You know what? And it was mad, because I said on the Prem panel show this week, they couldn't believe it had been so long since we had a clean sheet. I was getting laughed at, but what can I do? I can't say anything. My team just can't keep a clean sheet, but we got one now. We got one. SBF Steel Chains. I really enjoy your post match reaction. Straight shooter KG. Greetings from the States. Greetings to you, man, and greetings for everyone. And yeah, I mean, I've noticed that obviously now Jesse Marsch is here. There's more people watching from the States. Shout out to all of you guys. If any of you support your hockey clubs, please let me know who you support in the comments on the video. I would love to know who you support hockey wise. Basketball, I'm a LeBron James fan, so I go wherever LeBron's gone. So I've had great years in Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland, and now LA. I'm go wherever the king goes. John Mermelstein, thank you for the super chat. Can I get I was wrong about Cooper, please, mate? That's my boy. He's a legend. About time he gets his respect. John, I'm about to put you on timeout for that. No, I'm only joking. I'm not going to do that to you, John. I'm not going to say I was wrong about Cooper. I'm certainly not going to do that. John, listen. Listen, I know what I want to see in the Leeds United team in order for us to go up the table. And look, just without being horrible, because there's no reason to be horrible to Cooper. I think he's been good since he's come back in. I do, but again, we've seen in the past 2 games, along with that good work that he has done, he still had a couple of bonehead moments where he could have been booked or sent off. So I try and keep it balanced when it comes to all the players. I really do try. But what I'm trying to say is, in terms of going forward from next season, if where I want Leeds United to be, I want to enjoy the UEFA Cup. I just age myself there, but I want to enjoy the Europa League. I would love us to push up the table, and unfortunately, with a lot of these players, and Cooper is in that bracket, we're not going to do that. We're just not. So I'm not going to say I was wrong, but listen, he's doing okay in the games that he's come back so far. But shout out to you, John. Uh, Paul. What did Paul? Are you brownie in disguise? Let me know. We're 4 points behind ninth, but we got a tough four fixtures coming up now, Paul. Let me just while I'm here, let me just go and see what fixtures we've got coming up after the break. So we come back on the 25th of April. We're away at Palace. That's going to be very, very tough. That is going to be very, very tough. Um, and then we've got Man City at home, Arsenal away, and then Chelsea at home. That's our next four, people. So I don't know about that ninth place that you guys are looking at, but I enjoy your optimism of looking at the table. I do, I do. Um, Vic Vinegar, we finished ninth with Cooper, but Vic, we also finished ninth with Click and all these other players. But the fact is, everyone has an expiry date, and it should have been last summer. But hey, we are where we are in terms of the team. We can't do nothing about it now. Let's just see what happens in the summer. Uh, Genghis Khan's mom. We drew a good game, but that performance wasn't it. Great result though. One more win and a draw, and hopefully we'll clinch another Prem season. Yeah, I'll be honest, Genghis Khan's mom. I don't care about the performances, and I said this in January. I just don't care about them at this point in time. I just want the points on the board. So whether we get absolutely pammed all game long, one shot on target and it's the one that goes in, or even no shots on target and it's an own goal and it gives us the win, I will take it at this point. Yeah, Athena, we finished ninth with Tyler Roberts as a striker. Let's not talk about it. That's what I'm saying. There's context, people. You have to put everything in context. There was no fans as well, which is a big thing for a lot of these players too. There's context involved with the ninth place finish. It was tremendous, though. I'm not taking anything away. I'm very happy that we finished ninth in our first year back, but there's a lot of factors into why that was never going to happen this season. Patrick, bless KG. Yeah, smart shine together. Leeds. Yeah, beautiful, man. Love the support in the chat. This is something, man, because when we was going on a bad run, I noticed people, I was getting a lot of people in the chat after the game, and I thought they were just reveling in my misery. I really did think that. And there was a few messages where they said, I just love tuning in just to see you miserable. But it's good to see you all here on a victory. It's nice to see you on a positive note. Really is. John Redmond saying, don't know about UKG, but my heart took a pasting today. I tell you, John, the only thing with me today was that 1-0 because I just thought, yes, Watford are terrible at taking their chances, but it's a Leeds thing, isn't it? It's like we will give them the chance to break that duck. But I can't say I was really worried because I thought we would have the quality to see us through today. I just did. And that's where we were. But I understand I do get it from especially when we were 1-0 up and Watford were on top. So yeah. Uh, 1977 talking about next season. Next season, a decent Fulham will go up and Watford and Norwich go down. We need to be looking to build. We can't wing it again. Yeah, this is it. We can't stay still. We can't stay still, people. And we're already, unfortunately, I can't get it out of my head that we're already 2 windows behind. But we do have to make moves. We have to, unfortunately, have tough conversations with a lot of the promoted squad and say, thank you so much for your service, but we have to move on now. I look at our right hand side and I see Jed Spence absolutely tearing it up in the champ and is ready for the Prem. Um, we could do with a Jed Spence at right back. I know Jed is being linked with the big clubs, but if he's not guaranteed football at those big clubs, why not come to the Prem anyway with a decent sized club? We're a decent sized club who you'll get eyes on you, and if you succeed here, then you move on to the next step. We should be looking at those kind of players, dynamic players. We need to be looking at players with technical ability. We've got far too many runners in the team that have got no technical bones between them. So we have to move this squad forward. We just have to do it. As much as it's going to hurt a lot of you people, because I know a lot of you are very emotional with the squad, especially the promoted squad. We have to move forward. I want to see my club. This is for me. I want to see my club back in Europe one day, and I want it to be soon. Sooner the better. So I'm looking forward to European nights again, and we're not going to do it with this crop of players. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate. C Stone with $5 super chat. Thank you so much, C Stone. Constant support of the channel too. Big up KG. My new dad, my new dad Jesse Marsch getting the job done. Is he pops now? Does he call you a fine young man? That's what I want to know, C Stone. Does he also call you a fine young man? BRG Drame has been playing well at Cardiff. He's been doing really well at Cardiff. But there's a lot of factors into that as well. The way he was treated just for going out on loan as he should have. Is he going to want to play here? Do Leeds think he's capable of playing here? That's what I mean. This summer is going to be so interesting. So interesting. C Stone, yeah, I'm 38 and he still calls me a young man. He does. He calls everyone a young man, doesn't he? Absolutely. Yeah, gotta love Jesse so far. Ian with a little I need some more positive comments, people, because Ian is trying to bring us down here now. But Ian J, long-term supporter of the channel as well. Is anyone aware that Haaland was wanting to come to Leeds years ago for 20 million? We said no, let that sink in. The thing is, Ian, I don't even think it was 20 million. I think that price may be a little bit high. I don't think it was even that much. If I may be remembering it wrong, but I think it's before he went to Salzburg. So I think it was a lot cheaper than that. But yeah. Amazing. Haaland, that's a dream now. I still think, people, call me crazy, but I think we're going to see Erling Haaland here when he's in his 30s. I think he's going to come here in his 30s. If we're still in the Prem, of course. I think we're going to get Erling Haaland in his later years. I do. Yeah, exactly. I thought so. John H. and Sporting Central and La Dead, okay, is all saying 4.5 million. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was more that kind of price. Yeah. Vic Vinegar, thanks for doing these vids, Cage. Always makes me feel better, win, lose, or draw. Thank you. Now, thank you all for always tuning in, man. Like I say, the channel doesn't do nothing without you guys watching. So thank you always for the support. Like, it doesn't go unnoticed. Trust me on that. So thank you for tuning in all the time. Right. So yeah, listen, people, I'm going to end it here. Well, we've been going 48 minutes. I didn't realize it was going so, but that's the beauty of it. It goes quick when you win a game. It's just, everything just flows. Everyone's just buzzing in the chat. It's beautiful. But listen, people, if you're watching the replay, give me your comments about the game or anything I've discussed here in the comments. Give me your thoughts on that. Do you think we're safe? Please put it in the comments below. Smash a like before you go. Everyone that's watching here, please smash a like before you go. And if you're watching the replay, smash a like also and subscribe to the channel. Almost getting to 5K. I'd love to get there before the season's over. It's a bit of a long shot, but hey, you got to take the shots. You don't take the shots, you don't score. So yeah, listen, people, beautiful chat with everyone. 3-0 win, 9 points clear the relegation zone. It's all good. Peace out, people. Love for the love.